For years, Massey Ferguson tractors have been acknowledged by farmers all over the world as the best that money can buy. Originators of the Ferguson system of hydraulic control and mounting implements on the tractor instead of pulling them behind, they were the pioneers of farm mechanization. Other tractor manufacturers quickly fell into line until now, nearly all are using some form of the Ferguson principle, expanding the technological revolution in agriculture, which Ferguson had begun. Since that beginning, some farmers have come to think of the Massey Ferguson as a small tractor, forgetting that the first Ferguson-type tractor substituted power and traction for weight and size. Actually, it outperformed machines 3 and 4 times its size and weight. Since that first tractor, Massey Ferguson has consistently built tractors designed to match the size of the farms they had to work on and the jobs they had to get done. And now, in keeping with the trend toward ever larger farms, and for the men who must find efficient means of farming those big acreages, Massey Ferguson proudly presents the MF 1100 with a big new 94 horsepower engine. A bigger than ever new Ferguson hydraulic system to match. And for men who want even more power than this, here's the MF 1130. The most powerful row crop tractor ever built by Massey Ferguson. Turbocharged to 120 horsepower, this tractor is able to pull 8 bottoms down the field at high plowing speeds. Either of these tractors is available in standard lugger type, wide row crops like this one, with front wheels adjustable from 56 to 88 inches, or dual tricycle models with reversible front wheels. Row crop models can power adjust the rear wheels from 60 to 96 inches, a full 8 feet. And all are available with drawbar hitch, 3-point hitch, or pressure control. Pressure control is Massey Ferguson's latest great step forward in the use of hydraulic weight transfer. Weight is transferred from the front end of the tractor and from big pull-type implements to the rear wheels at the flick of a lever to give traction, weight transfer traction with big pull-type implements. As you see in this demonstration on special electronic load cell weighing platforms that weigh the tractor and a 21-foot disc harrow at 3 points: the front tractor wheels, the rear tractor wheels, and the wheels supporting the pull-type disc harrow. As we move the pressure control lever, the dial indicators will register the weight transfer from the tractor's front wheels and from the disc harrow to the drive wheels of the tractor. In this case, 2,600 pounds is transferred at the flick of a lever. Truly, these are tractors able to bring big power, big traction, and a new high in efficiency to big acreage jobs. And what kind of men were these tractors designed for? Corn and soybean farmers like this man who farms 900 acres in Illinois. Big acreage, small grain farmers like this man who raises 2,000 acres of barley, wheat, and oats in North Dakota. Row crop men like this southern farmer who works 3,500 acres of cotton and soybeans in western Mississippi and raises cattle besides. Nebraska men who use their big acreages for such diversified farming operations as corn, wheat, oats, cattle, and hogs. Wheat farmers in western Canada, where 1,000-acre farms must be operated with a minimum of hired help. All of these men are not only representative of the kind of farm operators these tractors were designed for, but are also men who actually tested and approved the first of these tractors. But we're getting ahead of our story. You see, when you decide to build tractors like these, they don't just happen overnight. Not at Massey Ferguson. It takes a lot of thought and planning and digging into years of experience of men who have spent years designing and building the kind of farm equipment that has made Massey Ferguson the world's largest manufacturers of tractors, combines, and diesel engines. Experience with every kind and type of component, from hydraulics to engine design to plastic knobs. It takes digging into the latest reports on metallurgical research, time and motion studies on tractor operation, driver safety, comfort. Then, when all this know-how was resolved into blueprints for the tractors, each piece had to be checked and tested, both by themselves and in conjunction with each other. The tractors assembled and checked by the same experts who had designed them. Finally, they unveiled them for complete and thorough testing under any and all conditions by the very men for whom the tractors were designed. Farmers from all over the United States and Canada. Corn men. Small grain farmers. Cotton and soybean growers. Big acreage diversified farmers. Wheat farmers. Men who farm any and all kinds of crops on acreages that run all the way from 600 to 3,500. These men were told only one thing: make these tractors do anything in the world you think the best tractor in the world should be able to do. We won't be satisfied with anything less, because we think they are the best. The farmers took them at their word. They not only operated the new MF 1100s and 1130s, but compared them with competitive makes as well, tractors of equal or greater power rating. They tested them for power and traction. They compared them for comfort, for visibility, for ease of handling. And what were the results of these tests? Let's let the men who made them speak for themselves. First, on platform design.
I think it's got one of the best platforms on the market. The platform's not too high, which I think is a common fault with some of the competitive makes, that this platform business is getting out of reason for height. It's too hard to get on and off, and this is also a clear platform, one that goes all the way across. It's open in front of the seat.
On pressure control.
Well, there are some quartgrass patches that are really heavy draft when you get into them. With a cultivator, it's just like dropping anchors into the ground. And with pressure control, of course, you transfer additional weight onto the rear wheels and enables you to pull through them. That's a lot more desirable from the farmer's point of view than lifting up and going over them.
I was actually very surprised that they would stick other tractors of a bigger horsepower and much bigger tire size than the 1100, and then they would, after they stuck them so they couldn't move them, they would pull them out and back the Massey into it and move out with it. Just how they did it, I don't know, but it just had such a conversion of traction that the tires would just kind of buckle down and she'd come on out. It just had a wonderful traction system.
On versatility, horsepower, and economy.
We thought that the tractors were a big improvement over anything that we had had in the past, and they're big rugged tractors, tractor that is very versatile and has the horsepower to do most any job that I think that a man would demand of it. It's big enough to do most any job that we ask it to do, but at the same time, it's not too big to do the smaller jobs and not too expensive to operate on these smaller jobs. And we're real high on the 1100 tractor.
On power and traction.
Well, the only true test, I think, of any tractor is how it performs in the field in comparison to other tractors, under the same conditions, under the same load. And this we did. And these tractors, both the 1100 and the 1130, outperformed the other make tractors. The 1130s had more power than any of the tractors there, hitched to the same load. We would hang one tractor up and put the other one on the same load, and the 1130 would pull the loads where the others wouldn't.
And from the wheat country, on controls and handling.
Well, that was one of the things that I thought was exceptionally fine on it, was the convenience. It'd be the ease of the controls, and the operation of the tractor was real good. The platform was clear, wasn't cluttered up. The steering wheel had one of the better points, I think, about it. Ease of, you could raise the steering wheel stand and operate the tractor and still have all your controls right on your fingertips.
On appearance and styling.
I like the tractor. It's got a good appearance. It looks like a rugged tractor. You can just walk around the back of it and look at the hitch and the final drive housings. I'd say the styling's good. It's original. It's a styling. It's not a copied styling. And I like the way it drives, the way it handles. It's responsive.
Engine.
I don't think you'll find a better motor in any tractor of this size. The motor has all the power that's needed for the tractor. It's peppy and quite an economical motor at the same time.
And these are not just carefully selected comments. On practically all elements, all of these men said the same things.
The styling is up to date.
First look I got at them was a real rugged look in the kind of a look that I think is going to stand up.
Well, I was very impressed with the power that they produced for the size of the tractor they had, and the maneuverability of the tractor was very impressive.
I think you have one of the best motors that's made.
With deep braking, we do have traction problems. We need horsepower and traction, and we think that the 1100 has both.
And as far as these tractors, the operator comfort, ease of handling was outstanding.
The controls were easy to get at.
I really like the platform, plus the steering column. I mean, it's really impressive. I like it.
Well, we think on the pressure control system certainly gives the weight transfer that is desirable with your towed implements. It just shifted more weight to the tractor, thereby giving the tractor more traction.
The pressure control took my eye. It was something I wasn't used to. But when we hitched it to loads and used that pressure control and could move loads that otherwise we couldn't begin to move, I saw they had something that was outstanding here.
I did like the saddle tanks for the gas, because you could fill the gas tank without crawling up on the tractor right from the ground.
There's no trouble at all to service this tractor.
With this kind of approval, with this assurance from the kind of farmers who would use them, that these two new tractors were better than anything else on the market, they were ready to go into full manufacture. The production line started to hum. Powerful engines bolted into place. Power presses made fenders and body panels. The tractors were assembled for rapid delivery to dealers all over the world. And here they come. From Massey Ferguson's great production line to you, 94 or 120 horsepower strong, 5 tons of brawny, brainy muscle. The totally new direct injection diesel-powered MF 1100 and 1130 tractors. Here's the power to beat the manpower shortage, to plow 6 to 8 furrows at a pass, or disc over 100 acres a day. And up in the roomy control cockpit, you ride in man-pampering comfort. The advanced Ferguson system gives you precise control of mounted and semi-mounted implements. A touch of the pressure control lever boosts traction as much as 50% with full-type implements. hydrostatic power steering is effortless. The steering column is adjustable, and the air oil suspended Airlux seat is the most comfortable ever. Designed and built by farm-minded engineers. Tested and approved by the kind of men they were designed for. Let your Massey Ferguson dealer show you both of these big new tractors, available with whatever combination of options will make them most suitable for your operation.